Oh, hey, Josh. Is that a DS?
It's a DS Lite, actually. I wouldn't expect a hockey bro like you to understand.
Oh, really, buddy?
Yeah, honestly. Shouldn't you be slinging stick with the boys or something on NHL Hits 2002 with the Z on the GameCube?
All right, dude. Talk about narrow-minded.
Well,
Just because I play hockey that...
yeah, that you play hockey video games. Yep, I'm embracing the stereotype.
I see how it is. I see how it is.
Is that what I...
You mean this old thing? You mean the granddaddy of this little boy you got in your hand right there?
What, everything... My world, it's...
Well, while he's processing, hello everybody, and welcome back to another striking edition of Pixel Peak. I'm Carter Metzger.
And I'm Josh Diamond. Wait.
This nerd's got some rewiring to do. Josh, do you know what I've got planned for us today?
No.
Wonderful. I'll tell you. Headlines as usual, followed by our indie game showcase discussing Katana ZERO. Then we'll move into an on-the-street segment surveying the population once more for everyone's favorite cool math games. And afterwards, we've got a live gameplay edition of Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes.
Okay, yeah, but what about the retro rewind?
As part of your lesson today, that will be a secret.
Oh, all right, yeah, sure. Okay, roll the intro. It's crazy to think the 3DS and Wii U's respective eShop channels are shutting down after all this time. Initially announced in July of last year, the digital stores are officially closing on March 27th. Some developers are taking the chance to put their games on sale before the deadline. If there are any games you've been meaning to purchase for your 3DS or Wii U, be sure to grab them before then. Again, that's March 27th.
The first season of The Last of Us TV adaptation has recently wrapped up. Deemed a critical success, the finale alone garnered 8.2 million viewers, surpassing HBO's own Game of Thrones spin-off. A second season has already been confirmed to be happening, however, it is unclear when the second season begins production. The original game's creator, Neil Druckmann, states that The Last of Us 2 will take more than one season in adapting to television.
After 10 years of upholding the position, Square Enix president Yosuke Matsuda is stepping down. His time as president has been seen as a mixed bag, with some highs and some lows for the company. He's recently come under fire for pushing the idea that video games incorporate NFTs into their games, despite there being no successful model in the gaming industry thus far. It's currently unclear if the upcoming president will share this philosophy or not regarding the company's future.
As we know it, the Mario movie has been one of the most anticipated films of the year. And a shocking turn of events, the release date for the film is actually moved up rather than a delay like expected. The final movie trailer aired on March 10th, known as Mario Day to many, and revealed the movie comes out 2 days earlier than planned. The cast is in a full promotion swing, as more and more interviews drop and the hype surrounding the film is at an all-time high. The Mario movie comes to theaters April 5th. You know how it is.
Yeah, actually, I know exactly how it is. Okay, I'm somewhat convinced. You might actually know your stuff.
It doesn't end there, buddy boy. I've got an indie game for you.
Oh, for the showcase, right? Yeah, Katana ZERO?
Exactly. For this week's indie game showcase, let's dive into the 2019 Steam platformer smash hit, Katana ZERO.
You even know the year and everything.
What's your preferred way to defeat enemies in video games? Do you find close melee combat to be effective? Maybe hitting your enemies from afar with ranged weapons? How about utilizing stealth to your advantage? The most revered of games today often rely on a multiple solution format to deal with foes. Other video games, however, make it seem like nothing. Sometimes, the most fun means of dealing with obstacles are the result of pushing a single button. And for the indie game we're talking about, there's nothing like that one-shot kill. Slicing through foes with an almost inhuman precision, dodging and rolling around corridors, taking items and using them to your advantage, and of course chaining together a flow is the ultimate essence behind ASCIIsoft's Katana ZERO. An action-centric platformer set along themes of neo-noir, cyber-futuristic cityscapes, players find themselves in the shoes of an amnesiac veteran named Zero, who carries out assassinations administered by his psychiatrist. As a character, Zero is constantly in a search for answers that don't present themselves clearly, whether through Zero's own nightmares and visions, spoon-fed loose ends given by the psychiatrist, or even through his own enemies. Through a series of events, he soon starts to realize he's on borrowed time, primarily due to the drug he's administered called Chronos, which has now ceased development and will cause Zero to rot away in his own mind if he is not given his next dose. The game's developer, Justin Stander, began work on Katana ZERO in 2013. Having previously released freeware PC games such as Tower of Heaven, beautiful soundtrack by the way, Stander set out to make a more ambitious, difficult, and story-driven experience. The game respects the player's time in both action and non-action sequences. Dialogue trees are here, but the craziest thing about them in this game is that you can, well, just skip through them. Yep, nope, yep, okay, sorry, don't care. The idea of dialogue trees are one of many fun and interesting mechanics the game has to offer. Another one being, of course, the idea of slowing down time. In fact, the main allure of what makes Katana ZERO so great lies in its flow and ease of access. Seriously, this is one of the few games I can say with confidence that I'm able to pick up and play and see it to the end each and every time. It's addictive learning the nature of rooms and enemy patterns in an attempt to master each level. On a first playthrough, players may find themselves struggling with the initial speed or difficulty the game asks of them. However, its mechanics such as time slowing down helps in getting the player accustomed to their situation. Of course, the flow and the feel is nothing without mentioning the outrun, heavy synth-style soundtrack. When tackling the challenges that lie ahead, there's nothing like a score that's able to both keep up the intensity of the situation while simultaneously upholding it over several lengths of time, and Katana ZERO's soundtrack does this perfectly. There are several moments in Katana ZERO that set it apart from the rest. It's no surprise why this game was acclimated to several awards in 2019. Whether it's through the mystique of the story, the captivating distortion of the soundtrack, the variety in the level design, the uphill battles fought against bosses, or of course its infectious gameplay loop, there's no doubt Katana ZERO is one of a kind.
Okay, I'm still not totally convinced that you truly know your stuff.
You're still gatekeeping? Okay, can I tell you where it all started if that helps any?
I like a good origin story.
The year was 2010. I had just acquired my first glimpse of the family computer, and little did I know I was hooked.
On what?
3 words. Cool math games.
Oh, what? Ew! Oh, I thought you were gonna say a Flash game? No, you're gonna be cool, I thought, and mention an MS-DOS deep cut like Day of the Tentacle.
Day of the Hall?
I mean, nothing.
Look, I'll prove to you that Flash games were all the rage back then. For this next segment, we take it to On the Street to talk to people about their experiences with the fabled website. Take it away.
Wah. My name is John, and one day I want to own a farm where I only grow spaghetti squash and, yeah, live off the earth. Live on the earth. Live off the earth. Encountered it. Okay, gonna be level 20. Oh, this looks fun. Oh, am I not fast enough for this? Hello, I'm John. It's Cool Math Games tier list time. And up first, we've got 2048. Now, as a really smart, just like really cool person, I'm really good at this game because numbers and stuff. So I'm putting this S tier. I don't know what everybody else will think about that, but I think it's a fun game. I could play it for hours on end because I have nothing better to do with my life. And let's see, little chicken. I don't know what this is, but it looks cool. So I'll C or B. I'll say low B for now. Maybe high C. It depends on everything else. And now the fire boy ice girl thing. You need another person to play this, and I don't have many friends, so couldn't really play this one. So we're gonna go. I know it's cool. I know a lot of people like it, so I'll go C, middle of the pack. No, I don't know what this is. It looks really dumb. Like it looks really dumb. So in the F tier you go. In this one, it looks like letters. I'm not very good at reading, so you can go F tier too. Now this guy looks familiar. He looks familiar, but I don't remember what it is. But he's got like a little lollipop. Is that a lollipop? And he's cool looking. He's got big eyes. They're kind of intimidating. They're staring right at me right now. Ugh. So I'll do C tier for funsies. Now this guy is built. His head looks like a loaf of bread. He's got a cool hat, but I don't know what this is. But I like his fit. He kind of looks like Mr. Incredible from The Incredibles, if anybody's ever seen that. So for that reason, F tier. Now, Motorcycle Man, believe it or not, I used to ride dirt bikes, and I have played this. So we're going S tier. Yep, there we go. And then Papa's Freezeria. It's not the pizzeria one, so for that reason alone. Oh, but everybody likes a cooking game. Oh, this is... I'm in a pickle right now. I can't make up my mind. Nothing's A tier yet, but I feel like this doesn't belong in A tier. Just to upset people, it goes F tier. Hot Doggeria. Now that sounds like fun. A tier automatically. I'm gonna start using that word more often. Hot Doggeria. Ooh, hot dog, hot diggity dog. Parking Fury. Is this one of the games where you have to like get the cars out of the parking lot and like move? Those are pretty fun. He goes above little chicken. Run 2, S tier. No need to explain that. The original Run, it's good. So I'll put it A tier. Snake. I have Snake on my TV. I play Snake on my TV. World's Hardest Game. I feel like I got frustrated with this one a lot as a kid. And so it goes above Chicken. Run 3. I don't really remember Run 3, but it's probably not as good as the second one. It's probably not as good as the first one. So it goes top of the B tier. Let's see. Red Ball 4. Do not know what it is, and it looks really dumb. Like, it looks really dumb. That looks really stupid. Sorry, any Red Ball 4 fans out there. In this little guy, it looks like a mining something or another. He's down there spelunking. That's pretty cool. I don't have anything in D or E tier, and for that reason alone, I will put Little Mining Man at D, and then Cool Guy goes E. And now, our tier list is done. I kind of like the look of it. My own personal preference. But yeah, I've been John Cool Math Games Luke, and there you have it.
Yeah, okay, people everywhere had games they mentioned, but they're all normies!
Did you just use the word normie? Like, in 2023, like, unironically?
And what if I did?
Josh, you can't keep doing this. Gatekeeping is out. People like what they like, and if you can't get that past you, then that's your own problem.
Okay, I can't believe you just blow up on me like that.
Yeah, like a bomb.
Almost like the ones in Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes if you fail a module.
Jesus, dude, touch grass.
Hi everybody, I am your director tonight. I have been tasked to defuse a bomb here in this very city. I have put forth a team together that I think will do it. Let's see how we do. First up, we have Connor here. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am a former boxer, and I'm taking on the task of doing VR today. I've never done it before in my life. Actually, that's a lie. I've played a cool lightsaber game, but not this one. And I'm ready to help not blow up a bomb, because that's what Navy SEALs do.
I feel confident in his skills.
Press yellow. Let's start with the wires. Is there a bomb?
2 blue wires, a yellow wire, and a red wire.
4.
Okay.
So not complicated, right?
Cut this. How many yellow wires? Is it the last wire?
The second from the top.
Okay. I would cut the second wire.
Are these scissors? They cut. Nothing happened.
Good.
With a bomb, that's good news.
That is.
What's the serial number?
What are the letters? What do the letters say?
What
do the letters say?
What are the
Connor?
letters?
Wait, I don't have to squat. One.
Cut the last wire.
Okay, I did that part.
Okay, why don't we start with the Simon Says?
Simon Says.
No, you're good at Simon Says. I'm gaslighting you. You are good at Simon Says.
He got a Simon Says. He got a Simon Says, y'all. That's not good. That's not good.
What is it doing?
It's blinking yellow.
Flashing blue, right?
Flashing blue is blue.
Oh my god, that is so profound.
2 minutes, you guys. 2 minutes.
Don't say that.
What was a strike?
What is happening?
I pressed the blue one because y'all said it's flashing.
We didn't say to do that.
Try green again?
Okay, nothing happened whenever I pressed it.
57 seconds.
Shut up.
I am working on it.
40 seconds.
Thank you, Connor.
Hit red.
Okay, I have symbols too.
Okay, we'll go to the symbols.
We'll go to
What
the symbols.
It's like a Q. It looks like a person with like a crew, not a crew neck. Like they're wearing like a crown on their shoulders.
Soldier, that's an Omega.
It's a Hufflepuff. 20 seconds! I messed up bad. I did it bad.
Connor, what the did you
It's a
do?
2. It's a
Stay strong! You got that!
I gotta get out of here! Where's the time machine? Where is anything? Where?
I will let your wife know that you did a terrible job. Folks, I'm not going to tell his wife anything. I don't care.
Who was giving me instructions?
It was Abe.
Connor, you're not dead! Ah! You're not dead. I was really thought. I thought you were dead. Don't scare me like that ever again. It's not okay. I'm sorry.
She has a little sight problem. Can't wear her glasses in this, so this one's gonna be real interesting.
Let's start with the wires. It has red, blue, white, and yellow, and it has 6 wires.
Cut the 4th wire from the top.
1, 2, 3, 4. All right, I did it.
Yes, let's go.
You want me to move on to the other set of wires?
The other wires.
All right, it has 6. It has 2 yellow, 2 white, 2 black.
Cut the last wire from the top.
All right, I cut it. Light turned green.
We're good. We got one more. Okay, here's what's gonna happen. You're doing a maze. How do I put this? There are 2 green circles in that maze, right? Can you tell me the locations
Yes,
of those green
yes.
circles, like an X, Y coordinate?
Like, do you want like A1? Is that the kind of thing you're looking for?
Just
like
X1, Y6 or something.
Yeah, just count over and down. Or
No.
over and up.
Okay, A1.
Kyle, you gotta listen to us very, very, very closely here. 2 down.
I did something bad, I think.
What?
Yes.
Huh? Okay, I see. Sorry. You're gonna go to the right, 1.
All right, I moved 1 to the right. We're good.
Then you're gonna go 3 down.
3 down. Okay, I'm doing that.
Make a mad dash for
To
that
the left.
right.
Go to the left.
Go to the left.
All the way to the left.
Make a mad dash for that triangle to
did
the
it.
left.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have defused the bomb.
Oh my god.
Defuse the f***ing bomb, bitches!
That was cutting it close.
Oh. You thought the video was over. No. What you've seen previously is baby shit. In the hopes of redeeming our gaming skills on this show, me and Josh took it upon ourselves to take on the hardest bomb we could and crushed it. And this is what you're about to see.
Oh,
No. All right, yeah, I dropped it. It's under the desk, so I'm gonna be down here the whole time. Ready? All right, Simon says maze, button. Okay, let's do the button. White, and it says hold. You're gonna hold that. Yellow. It's 5. All right, done. Simon says, ready? Do we have a vowel? Checking. Yes, we have a vowel. What's it flashing? Green. Yellow. Green, blue. Yellow, red. Green, blue, red. Yellow, red, blue. Green, blue, red, green. Yellow, red, blue, yellow. Thank you, whoever's doing the trash while we're recording. It's awesome.
Oh, I was gonna ask if it would be annoying. Hey Jake, do you mind if I walk by with the trash?
Oh my god, I'm trying to focus! It's green, blue, red, green, yellow. Yellow, red, blue, yellow, green. Done. Maze. Oh god, hold on, I can't see. Are you serious? Bro, I can't see!
He is glitched through the floor.
Jake, is the other circle in the last row and it's the 3rd from the top?
yes.
Because I'm the goat. Okay, where are you?
I'm bottom left.
Okay, and where is red?
Down 1, left 1 from the rightmost circle. We have 40 seconds. Let's go.
All the way to the top.
All the way to the top.
2 to the right.
2 to the right.
1 down.
1 down.
1 left.
1 left.
1 down.
1 down.
1 right.
1 right.
1 down.
1 down.
1 right.
1 right.
1 up.
1 up.
Go to the green circle.
Green circle.
Go down and to the left.
Down, left. Done. We win.
That's what I'm talking about, baby! That's how we do it.
That's how we win.
That's how we win. Communication is everything. Personally, I knew it from the beginning.
I'm having sex after this. With him.
With him.
Just go back to Kylie for the toss back.
We make a fantastic team. We did it.
We did it. Team.
We kicked that bomb's ass.
We did it. Back to you in the stew.
Back to you.
All right, I'll say it. I haven't seen many people talk about that game in a minute. Perhaps we just hit a hidden gem.
Exactly. See, nothing to get riled up over.
Yeah, but I'm still waiting to hear what you've got up your sleeve for the Retro Rewind.
Young Grasshopper. Now is the time, a time of confusion, a time of betrayal.
Get on with it.
For the ultimate test, you shall face exactly it is what you despair, to see what you do not wish to see.
Oh my God, is it?
SSX, the third. Roll the rewind. The third installment into the SSX series, properly titled SSX3, was the pinnacle of snowboarding games in the early 2000s. EA Vancouver, formerly known as EA Sports, was tasked with creating a third game in the series, following the overwhelming success of the first two games in the series being SSX and SSX Tricky. SSX3 was released in 2003 and is a third-person racing and trick game set on a fictional mountain. The mountain has 3 peaks, each of which varying in difficulty the higher up the player ventures. There is a distinct feature that sets the game apart from its predecessors. The entire map is connected, and if the player wanted, they could ride from the top of Peak 3 all the way down to the bottom of Peak 1 without stopping. This is drastically different from SSX and SSX Tricky, where gameplay was much more linear, containing only unconnected courses. The game features not only a single event mode, but also a Conquer the Mountain mode, where the player gets to choose from a selection of characters to take on the challenges of the mountain. A few familiar faces return to this installment from previous games, such as Simon Stark, Kaori Nishidaki, Moby Jones, Elise Riggs, Mac Frazier, and Zoe Payne. There are also a few newcomers to this installment, such as Allegra Sauvages, Nate Logan, Vigo Rolig, and Griff Simmons. The Conquer the Mountain mode sees the players select one of these characters and work their way up the mountain, starting on Peak 1, until they have won gold or even platinum medals at every event. The player is supplied with an MCOM radio, which serves as the game's menu system. The MCOM allows the player to fast travel to any event that is unlocked, as well as check scripted messages sent by other riders. After winning an event, the player is rewarded with money. This money can be spent at the lodge to upgrade the player's stats, as well as buy cosmetic items for the character to wear. Doing tricks during a race may seem redundant, however, tricks give the player boost to use during the race, which allows them to move much quicker than the normal boarding speed. Once enough tricks have been done to fill up the boost bar, the player is able to perform Uber tricks. Performing and landing a successful Uber trick adds 1 letter to Uber above the boost bar. Once the Uber bar is full, the player then moves to the second stage of Uber, where the tricks take much longer to perform, but are worth more points and therefore more boost. Once the letters Super Uber have been filled out by completing enough tricks, the player gains a temporary infinite boost to use. The first peak has 2 race courses. The first race for the player to complete is Snow Jam. The course is easy to follow and is intended to help the player get their feet wet, or snowy should I say. Metro City is the second course on Peak 1, set right in the middle of a bustling city, where the player avoids buildings and trains to get to the bottom. An interesting thing to note about Metro City is the developers left in a bit of an exploit the player can take advantage of. There are 3 phone booths on the map, and when the player runs into these phone booths, they are automatically teleported further down the course, saving lots of time. Who knows if this was intentional or simply an oversight by the developers. Now onto the backcountry races, which for Peak 1 is named Happiness. In the previous title, SSX Tricky, there was a level at the end of the game titled Untracked, which saw the player going down a much more traditional snowy mountainside. The game developers must have loved the idea, as in SSX 3, the backcountry races are a large part of the experience. Happiness sees the player race against Mac, the Peak 1 boss.
Yo, Vigo! You want a shot at the title? Let's do it!
Happiness is the most open course in the game, as there are many different ways to get to the bottom. Beating Mac to the bottom of Happiness unlocks the Peak Race, which sees the player ride from the very top of Happiness all the way to the end of Metro City in 1 run against a timer. Peak 2 amps up the difficulty for the courses and the difficulty of the other riders. Similar to Peak 1, Peak 2 also has 2 main courses, titled Ruthless Ridge and Intimidator. Both courses see the player traversing a much more convoluted environment on their way down. The backcountry race for Peak 2, titled Ruthless, ups the snowfall to where visibility can sometimes be a problem. The Peak 2 boss, Nate, can be tricky to beat, as the course can at times be confusing if you don't know exactly where you're going. Beating Nate unlocks the Peak 2 race, which takes the player down not only Peak 2's backcountry and all of its races, but also all of Peak 1's races as well, finishing again at the bottom of Metro City. Peak 3 is where the game really gets challenging. The courses can be extremely difficult to navigate, and the difficulty of the riders is much, much harder. There is only one main course for Peak 3, titled Gravitude. The race sees the course literally falling apart as the player is riding down it, and some of the gaps the player needs to jump can be huge. Getting a medal in the race unlocks the final backcountry race in the game, the Throne. The Peak 3 boss, Simon, is easily the most difficult opponent in the entire game.
Hey, Allegra! I'm calling you out, you chicken!
Beating Simon unlocks the Peak 3 race. The Peak 3 race sees the player racing against the clock from the very top of Peak 3 all the way down to the bottom of Peak 1. Not only is SSX3 a racing game, it is also a very trick-heavy game. As explained earlier, there are 3 different types of tricks the player can perform. What a lot of people don't know is that each super uber trick, when performed in a particular way for each, can become a monster tricks give the most amount of points for any single trick in the game. The names for these monster tricks are actually Easter eggs, named after the different artists from the game's soundtrack. Each peak contains a slopestyle, big air, half-pipe, backcountry trick event, as well as a peak race trick event. Like the races, as you move up the mountain, the courses get harder and the scores to beat do as well. The slopestyle courses are pretty straightforward. Do as many tricks and earn as many points as possible on your way down the course. There are rails to grind and multipliers to grab, so be on the lookout for a 10 times multiplier to make your big tricks even bigger. The big air events see the player getting just a couple of jumps with huge air to get as many points as possible. The half-pipe events are also quite straightforward, just doing as many tricks as possible in the pipe to earn as many points as possible. The backcountry trick events see the player once again battling the peak bosses, but this time trying to beat their score on the way down. The peak trick races can be lots of fun as well, following the same route as the normal peak races, however requiring a minimum score by the time the player reaches the bottom. SSX3's predecessors left big shoes to fill after SSX and SSX Tricky garnished a 9.3 and a 9 rating from IGN, respectively. SSX3 ended up being a smashing hit, being widely regarded as the best game in the series, getting a 9.4 rating from IGN. This has been Carter signing off on this week's Retro Rewind.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but that was genuinely interesting to me.
Exactly what I've been trying to convey all day to you.
Perhaps I was the one who needed to broaden my own horizons and try new things.
Hey, even if you don't enjoy it, at least you know after the fact. So no more gatekeeping what you think are deep cuts, okay?
Yeah, I'll try my best.
Great. On that note, I've been Carter Metzger.
And I've been a changed Josh Diamond. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Pixel Peak.